Theresa May plane intercepted by two f.ighter jets in practice exercise. Off the Norfolk coast, the pair of Typhoon attack aircraft armed with air-to-air missiles soared up towards the RAF Voyager on its return from an overseas trip. They then flew alongside the plane to deploy air-to-air refueling equipment at 17,000 feet above the North Sea. The training exercise, given extra prominence by the Prime Minister's presence, came amid increased tensions with Russia in recent days. It is likely to have been noted by Kremlin chiefs. Mrs. May watched the practice exercise, using the RAF's quick ready alert scramble procedures, from the cockpit of the Voyager. She said, "I am delighted to have the opportunity to see our brave pilots and crew in action refueling in the air. To witness the unique skill of the RAF at first hand is an absolute privilege and once again demonstrates that the British Armed Forces are the finest in the world. The work they do is admirable and impressive, and I want to take this opportunity to thank them for everything they do to keep us safe." Mrs. May's plane played the role of unidentified intruder in the exercise today. Two Typhoons from RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire were scrambled to meet the Voyager minutes after it entered British sovereign airspace. The airbase has two fighters on permanent standby around the clock to respond to incursions by uninvited military aircraft. If necessary, the Typhoon pilots are trained to escort such intruders out of British airspace. Incidents involving Russian military planes occur several times a year. After today's interception exercise, the Typhoons practiced air-to-air refueling from the Voyager. While the Prime Minister's aircraft is adapted for passenger transport when required, it still frequently performs its original RAF fuel transporter role. At a speed of around 320 miles per hour, the Typhoons flew on either side of the Voyager to connect fuel pipes capable of pumping 600 kilograms of fuel a minute. Mrs. May went to the back of the plane to get a better view of the refueling. Diplomatic relations between Britain and Russia were particularly tense today, with Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson visiting Moscow for talks and recent reports of a Russian spy scandal. During her overseas visit to Poland and Cyprus this week, the Prime Minister insisted her government was right to try to engage with Vladimir Putin's administration in spite of the diplomatic freeze. Speaking on her flight from Warsaw to Cyprus on Thursday night, she said, "I have been very clear about the concerns we have about Russia. But it's right that we engage." She said Russian fake news was a matter of concern for her government. She added, "We are concerned about Russian activities. I mentioned the disinformation, but there is of course the obvious illegal annexation of Crimea. There is what is still happening in Ukraine. These are matters of concern we should be dealing with."